order to ensure that your students stay informed about their progress in your course, it is imperative that your gradebook and Moodle match the grading information in your syllabus. This video will show you how to check your gradebook for errors, as well as how to fix any errors you might find. Before you continue the video, please log into Moodle and navigate to the course you'd like to check. You might find it helpful to have your syllabus on hand for reference. First, you'll need to navigate to your gradebook by locating it in the administration block on the left-hand side. Once you're in the gradebook, use the Setup tab to view your assignment's grade settings in a more readable format. I'm going to break down this view for you so you'll be familiar with each aspect of the setup. Across the top of the setup, you'll notice some labels. The first column includes the name of the category or the assignment. The second column is the weight of the assignment, which will change depending on which aggregation method you use. Next, you'll see the maximum grade allowed for that assignment, followed by an action column where you can edit the settings of each category or assignment. And finally, an option to select several assignments at a time to edit. Down the left-hand side, you'll start with the name of your course, followed by any folders or categories that you've set up in your gradebook. Here you can see a category called Exam, followed by different assignments, Lesson 1 exam, Lesson 2 exam, and so on. At the end of the folder or category, you'll notice text that says something like weighted mean of grades, or simple weighted mean of grades, or natural. This is the aggregation method present in that category. On down, we see the same, a participation category followed by different discussion forums that are included in the participation grade. Finally, at the bottom, you'll see your course total, which again will change depending on which aggregation method you use, a Save Changes button, a drop-down box that will allow you to utilize any of those multiple checkboxes that you've clicked, and then options to add a category, add a grade item, or add an outcome item.
Deciding on an aggregation method for Moodle is easy. The aggregation menu lets you choose the aggregation strategy that will be best used to calculate each participant's overall grade for a grade category. In your gradebook, ensure that you have gone to Setup and Categories and Items. Next, you need to determine which of the 4 different aggregation methods you will use. There are 4 different aggregation methods to choose from: mean of grades, weighted mean, simple weighted mean, and natural. The most commonly used aggregation methods are natural and weighted mean of grades. The other 2 are rarely used in any Midway University course. Natural is the best aggregation method for a point-based system. Weighted mean is the best for weighted gradebooks. You will find in your syllabus whether you need to use the natural or the weighted mean of grades by looking at the course calculations. If your course is using the total number of points a student scores divided by the total number of points possible in the course, then you more than likely are using a point-based system. Therefore, you need to use the natural aggregation. If you are using a system where your exams are worth 40%, your homework is worth another 40%, and your participation in the course is worth 20%, then more than likely you are using a weighted gradebook. In setting up a natural gradebook, the first step I recommend doing is deleting all the extra categories. Categories are these bold texts, such as quiz, exams, and graded assignments. Here you will see Gradebook Test Course, or in your case, more than likely the name of your course. This is the parent category. This cannot be deleted. It is the category that makes up your course gradebook. To delete extra categories, first find the category, click Edit, and then click Delete. Then confirm you want to delete the category. Now you can see that the quiz category is deleted. As you can see, all of my exams are in my exams folder. With a natural gradebook, I recommend to remove the categories. So, before you delete the exam category, we will be moving all these exams to the gradebook test course category, which is the parent category that never gets deleted. To do this, you can use these double arrows here, but I recommend using these boxes. You can click inside all of the boxes, then scroll down to the bottom and find Move Selected Items To, and then select Gradebook Test Course, which is the parent category. When you do that, Moodle will move all of the exams to the Gradebook Test Course category. Now you can go back to the exam category and select Delete, and then confirm it again. As you can see, I have 2 more categories. I'm going to delete those as I have deleted the others. So as you can see, I have deleted all of the categories except for the parent category. Here at the bottom, you can see that this is not calculating to a natural grade book. You can see that it says 100 here and the simple weighted mean of grades. So in order to check the aggregation method, go to the Gradebook Test course and click Edit, Edit Settings. You can see the aggregation method here. Since this is a point-based class, I want to select the natural aggregation method. Then scroll to the bottom and hit Save Changes. Now you can see that the setup category in the gradebook has changed. Now when you scroll to the bottom, you see the total course points, which is 640 points. So that is how you set up a natural gradebook. The first step in setting up a weighted gradebook is to add categories. So in a natural gradebook, you do not have categories, but in a weighted gradebook, you do have categories. To add a new category, scroll to the bottom. You will see Add Category. Click that. So the first one we're going to create is Exam. And since we are using a weighted gradebook, we need to use weighted mean of grades. Remember, do not select simple weighted mean of grades. Select weighted mean of grades. Now scroll to the bottom and click Save. Now we're going to add another category. And I'm going to name that Participation. And don't forget to change the aggregation method to weighted mean of grades, just like we did in the last example. Now in this example, I have no homework assignments. So I'm going to leave it with just 2 categories, participation and exams. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all of my exams into the exam folder. And I'm going to do that exactly how I did it in the prior example. I'm going to select these boxes on the right-hand side, scroll down to the bottom, select Move Selected Items, and I'm going to move that to Exam. Now when you scroll down, all of the exams should be located under the exam folder. Now I'm going to go up here and select all of the discussion forums, and I'm going to move those to participation. So select all these boxes just like we did in the last example. Then scroll down to the bottom, select Move Selected Items To, and move those to participation. And now you can see what a weighted category looks like. It is also important to note that in setting up a categorized gradebook or a weighted gradebook, there is a hierarchy to the categories. As you can see, the graded test course is the parent category. It is the largest category in the course gradebook. Then you can see that exams is kind of offset underneath gradebook test course. That means anything that applies to the parent category will apply to the categories within it. When setting up a weighted gradebook, it is important to note that you need to ensure the parent category is aggregating in the same manner as your categories underneath it. So we know exams and participation have been set up properly because we have done those. Now we need to ensure the gradebook test course is also calculating properly. So go to Actions and edit Settings. And this one's set to natural, so we know that it's not aggregating properly. We need to change that to weighted mean of grades, just like the other two categories. Then scroll down and hit Save Changes. Now you can see that all of the weights have been changed or defaulted to 1.0. In this example, I only have exams and participation. So in this example, I'm going to make exams worth 80% of the course total and participation worth 20%. And in order to change that, I'm going to click inside this box and type 80. And then I'm going to go down here to participation, and in that box, select 20. Then I'm going to scroll to the bottom and select Save Changes. Now I have completed my weighted gradebook. You can see that the exams are worth 80% and the participation is worth 20%.